Hey guys, how's it going? Rich here from Lifted Off-Road, and I am making this video specifically for you guys at the Jeep Talk Show. Over the past week or so, you guys have been talking about tire pressure. I know Tammy just got some new 35s on her Jeep, and she's concerned about the proper tire pressure. So that sparked my interest in making a video for you guys. And a little bit about me. I've been working on cars for a while. I've spent several years at tire shops, but that was before the TPMS sensors came out. So, we'll see. Let me get on to what I was going to show you. As you can see here, I've got 33s on my Jeep. These are 33-inch tires. And you can kind of see on the edge here, I believe. Yeah, it looks pretty clear on the screen. Where you can see, I don't have chalk because I've got a dirty garage floor, but you can see where the dirt on the tire fades off into black on the edge. And you guys already knew about that from doing the chalk test that you were talking about. So, my Jeep, the sticker on my Jeep, the TJ, says 33 PSI. And right now I've got about 32 PSI in the four of my tires. And you can tell that I'm still a little bit overinflated. And they go on to, so far from what over the past week, I've heard Josh and a guy named Steve come pretty close, or pretty spot on as to why, oh, excuse me, but with pretty spot on descriptions of how to adjust that and the different variables that are involved with the proper tire pressure. And these are load range C tires. I don't remember what the factory tires were as far as the load range goes, but as you go up in your load rating, of course the sidewall is going to be stiffer. So if you have like a load range D or an E tire on a light vehicle like this, of course you probably need a lot less tire pressure than what the max is. On these tires, the maximum is 35 PSI. I originally had these at 35 PSI, and this little black stripe was a lot more pronounced. So I dropped it to 33, or I think I did try 33 at first, which is what the sticker says on my Jeep, and I still had the black spot. Well, now I'm at 32, and let's see, I'm at 32. Yep. So I've got all four tires at 32 right now, and I'm still showing a little bit of overinflation on that. So what I'm going to do is drop it down to 30 and see what kind of a difference it makes. And yes, Josh, I am using a cheap $2 tire gauge for mine. I just keep this in my door panel. So, but I don't know, my theory on that is if you use the same gauge all the time, then it's basically your control. So, it doesn't really matter. It might not be very accurate, but if you're always using the same gauge, then it's close enough, So basically, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that would affect your footprint on, especially these wide tires, because these tires are the widest I think I've ever had on my Jeep, which are 12.5. and they're still on 8-inch rims. So that narrow rim, of course, is going to pull up the tread because the rim is so narrow. It's pulling the sidewalls together, which will make the tread pattern kind of bow up a little bit, which is another reason why you could go with less tire pressure. If I had, for example, a 10-inch rim on here that's 10 inches wide, then the sidewalls would be pushed out a little bit, and it would probably make the footprint a little bit flatter. So then maybe I could go with 35 as the max on the tire, and it might still be good. But these are load range C tires, which I believe are rated for heavier vehicles than the Jeep is, and so you might be having the same effect on yours, Tammy. That I know you said you have 35-inch Duratracs, so I don't know what the load rating would be on those tires, but it might have the same effect. So I'm going to drop these down to 30 and see if it changes that at all. And I also came up I also had an idea for, especially for Tammy's Jeep. I know Josh and Tony have Cherokees, I believe, of the older model, so they may or may not have the TPMS sensors in them, but I know Tammy's does. The TPMS sensors are usually set at a certain PSI, and if you go below that, you might have a light come on. So if you adjust your tire pressure to where your footprint is even all the way across, which according to those pictures you shared on the on your blog or your website, you're not too far off from what I could tell. If you go below that designated PSI on your TPMS sensors, you'll probably have a light come on or some kind of a warning flasher. So that's something to look out for. Whether or not you can reprogram those would be nice. I'm not sure if you can. I know they have programmers that can adapt sensors to the vehicle, but I'm not sure if you can. I don't know. I have no idea if you can reprogram the actual PSI rating that's set in your computer, the vehicle's computer. So yeah, I'm gonna drop this one. I'm gonna drop this down to 30 psi, and then I'm gonna drive it back and forth a couple feet on here on my driveway and see if it makes a difference. This will probably be part that I edit out. I'm at 32 right now. Wonder how long it'll take to get down to 30. Well, I've still got a ways to go. And 30 even. All right, so now this one's at 30. Let's see if it made a difference. I'm gonna move the camera out of the way, and I'll try to edit this out on the final cut. So let's get this out of the way, flip this over so you can see what I'm doing. Move this, try to adjust for movement of the tire, and let's go. And it doesn't look like it did anything. On the inside edge, maybe it changed a little bit, but giving credit to my floor isn't exactly flat right there. So time will tell. I'm gonna put them all back down to 30 and see if it really makes a difference. And give you an example. Here you can see it again, how the very outside edge is still black. And like I said, I had all these adjusted to the same 32 psi. And my floor is pretty flat, but it's not very flat on this particular spot. So we shall see. So only time will tell. I'm going to adjust them both down to, I'm going to adjust all of them down to 30 and see if it makes a difference over time. But yeah, I just figured I would shoot this quick video for you guys and come back over here. Oh. So yeah, I just got the urge to make this video for you guys. Hopefully you'll see it. And I'll try to get it up and available to you guys for tonight's show. It is Thursday. Yeah, but we will see. So obviously it didn't make a whole lot of difference just over this little section here. But like I said, my floor is not exactly flat, especially 2 feet in front of the vehicle where I pulled it forward. But time will tell. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to you guys. I noticed you guys were still talking about it since last week. And again, you know, the load rating of your tire will affect, you know, how stiff the sidewall is, and, you know, the weight of your vehicle, which has already been brought up to you guys. You guys have already heard that. But I just wanted to point out the fact that if you lower your tire pressure too far, then it might set off the little TPMS alarm on your Jeep, Tammy. So be careful of that. And as you can see, like I said, my Jeep says 33. I had them at 32, and it was still showing this effect. And I just had the alignment done a couple of months ago, so it still drives pretty straight. I know my ball joints are getting worn out, so I have a little bit of cupping, slightly, but that's a whole different video. And yeah, so yeah, just something to think about. I just felt like sharing this with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. And to all my other viewers out there, I hope you guys enjoyed this too, and I hope it was helpful or insightful to you. So in the meantime, this is Rich from Lifted Off-Road, and have fun and be lifted. Later.